Yo, what's up guys? Terrell here in Terrell Game Vlogs, here to bring you my little reaction, kind of a review slash rant of Hunter x Hunter, episode 91, which I usually wouldn't do, but I know a lot of people have enjoyed my reactions of the episodes, especially all the Chimera Ant arc reactions, because it's just like, what the fuck, oh my god, no. But I kind of want to address it, because, you know, obviously this is the episode the King is introduced, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, I want to see your reaction. Like, what did you think? The King came out. I'd be perfectly honest with you, I was more disappointed with this episode than hyped, than like, oh my god, this, like, to me this is an okay episode, but I'm more disappointed with it, and it's not even because of what they showed, but it's what they didn't show that bugged me more. Now, I understand Hunter x Hunter has this whole trope of, we gotta take every arc and have Go and Kahlua get their asses kicked in the majority of the arcs now, just to show how weak they are, only for them to train a little bit and get a little bit stronger just to keep up. Or not even keep up, but just be able to stand a fucking chance. The problem is that they skipped that portion for this episode. And I know they focus, and I have nothing, to me, the King's introduction, there was nothing wrong with it. The nigga's a cold-hearted bastard. The nigga, he killed his, first off, he came out of his mother's womb too late and killed his mother. He killed henchmen who didn't, like, and what kills me is that this dude doesn't warn you at all. He will kill you for the fuck of it. He does not care. And what makes it even worse, you can tell the dude's reckless because he bitch slapped Pito, and I was like, what? Like, did he just bitch slap the shit out of Pito? Like, and he's like, you've earned my respect because I was trying to kill you. And I was like, wow, this dude does not give a fuck. He has no problem killing anybody. Friend, and he will eat anybody. He fucking ate. I think then he killed Peggy and then tried to eat, and then he ate Peggy. And he did that with the turtle one. And I was like, wow, this motherfucker's dark as shit. But to me, is the height for him is so high. It's kind of like to see him do that isn't really that big of a shock. It's like, to me, it's because he's been set up so well without actually having a climax, without actually being introduced formally yet, that his introduction episode wasn't going to shock me. Like, nothing this character will do will honestly shock me anymore. Because you've set him up to the point where I'm expecting him to do everything he's going to do. Like, a lot of people say this shit gets dark. I'm like, it better get dark because you set him up. You set this king up to be the darkest, evil, most maniacal motherfucker on the planet. So when people are like, wow, you don't seem that shocked. It's like, people are going to fanboy over this. I'm like, didn't you, it's like, to me, you set the standard so high for this character that if he doesn't do these things, like kill his own kind, fuck up anybody, considering what his henchmen do, he better do everything his henchman does and even take it to the step further. And to me, he already did pretty much what I expected him to do. He does not give a fuck about anyone, anybody. He will fuck up any subordinates he has. He does not care. He's a selfish, maniacal motherfucker. That has been stated. Good job, anime. What annoyed me more was probably the shoot and the cult thing. I didn't have any problems with. I knew that was. I figured that was going to happen because of who cult is based on. That was a nice humanizing element, and it explains a lot. It's like this dude is willing to sacrifice his pride and honor as a Chimera Ant just for, and the fact that he views himself different from them, which interests me. I kind of hope they delve into that thing more with cult, which it looks like they're going to. And obviously the Chimera Ants are going to run amok now, which then brings up the question, what the fuck the King plans to do, because the King is not going to just, the King isn't just going to wander around in GL for fucking like 2 months and be like, I'm going to go around killing humans, even though technically I could go search for a strong ass human if I need one. I just like the surprise, because I'm a sick bitch. But what annoyed me personally was the Gon Kahlua thing at the end. So what first annoyed me is like, wow, they off-screen the fight. Why? I'm not even joking. That's seriously one of the most annoying things about this. Is like, that's the most annoying thing about the episode. Why would you off-screen the fight? You had all these fucking episodes building up to that fight, those final fights. Even though Shu didn't get the build up, but it's like you built up the fight with Knuckle and you off-screen the end fight. Now, granted, they do show kind of how Gon loses at the end of that fight because he couldn't come up with a way to trade back blows and shit. So trade back enough blows where he would do any damage. Therefore, we get to see how he loses, and we know he loses as soon as you see him because he has the fucking the evil purple cat on him that makes him unable to use Nin for like a month. But what annoys me is like you set the shit up with Killua and Illumi and the whole predetermined way of fighting, and I'm like, if you should have shown either one of those fights, I want to see Killua's. I want to see what he tried to do. And we still don't know shit about Shoot's powers. Why the fuck would you not show that one? I could kind of let Gon's go, but to me, it's still, considering, as I said, Hunter x Hunter likes to go through this process of through each arc, it likes to introduce a character, and then fucking, it likes to, no, not introduce a character, but like, it likes to constantly remind you that the main characters are weak as shit in the world of Hunter. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, why the fuck would you not show the two defining fights that remind them? If, I mean, granted, the Command arc stuff in before, like when Kite died, was enough, but this was like the fight where you were supposed to show them you ain't ready for shit. And to me, it kind of ruins Gon's little Gon and Killua's crying moments at the end, because it's like, because if you had spent the episode on the fight and just finished the fight out, and then shown it, maybe like hide the ending clashes, and then like the next scene we find out that they lost. But no, you literally just you spent the entire episode on the king shit, and then you just didn't show. You only show like snippets of Gon's end, and we still don't know how Killua lost. We don't even know anything about Killua's fight, and I'm just like, why would you not show that? Why? It's such a big moment for Killua. It's just like, I would love to see him in a fight where he's forcing himself to attack Shoot under the pretense that he has no idea what the fuck is about to happen to him. But no, they don't show it. They don't fucking show it. It would have been a good moment for Shoot to develop as a character too. Nope. So, if you want to know how I feel about the episode, I feel like the beginning stuff was fine. I was just really disappointed that they didn't show any of the... Shoot's fight bothers me more because it was set up so well. It was set up so well, and you just said, fuck it. And I was like, wow. I hope that's not the same thing in the manga, because that's a dick move, Togashi, if you skip that fight in the manga. I don't know. I just don't understand why you would skip that fight. I don't know. I mean, Knuckles either, but Knuckles to me... what they showed kind of was enough, but at the same time, I'd rather they have shown both fights. That way, when they cried, you kind of felt it. You would have felt it for Gon and Killua. I kind of didn't feel it as much because you skipped the fight, and I don't even know how they lost. People think just because a fight happens, there's a lot of progression that can happen in a fight with a character, and they can develop through a fight if you show it all. Togashi was like, nope, and I'm like, why not? That was disappointing. That's like, to me, that's the biggest disappointment. That's what kind of makes me not enjoy the episode as much, because I kind of wanted to see the end of the fight. Like, they spent all these episodes building up to that fight, that climactic fight with those four, and we don't even get to see it in full. Ain't that a bitch? I bet some of you guys who were making those little fight clips, you know how you upload the fights on YouTube? You can't upload this bitch because they fucking cut out the fight. That actually bothers me. I really wanted to see that fight. Damn. I'm sorry. That just bothered me. I'm sorry. Why would you not show the fight? Anyways. That's my thoughts. The King stuff is exactly what I expected him to be. The cult stuff, I expected that. I enjoyed that. The fight, why the fuck didn't you show it? Why didn't you show the progression? Why didn't you show where they come from? Just why? Oh well. Lost again for your boy Terrell. Sorry this reaction's underwhelming, but the episode ended up disappointing me because you build up to a fight that we never get to see the full conclusion of. We get like a BS conclusion for Gon. We don't even know what the fuck happened with Killua's. Now if they show it later, that's cool, but I'm still gonna call this a fail because I think you should have showed it now when it mattered. It's a climax. Don't fucking, who the fuck does that? You raise up the tempo and then you just deviate to some random shit right off the side instead of hitting the climax, and that's what they did. They ruined the climax for that whole training session. Anyways, Vols again, real boy Terrell. Catch you guys later. Peace out. Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Yo. Okay, wrong anime.